Yes, it's called Matternet. It's a network for the transportation of matter. It's inspired by the internet. We want it to be a peer-to-peer distribution network for atoms that is using the same principles and the same architecture that the internet is. The enabling technology for us is small UAVs, unmanned aerial vehicles, and currently we are targeting a payload capacity of 2 kilograms over 10 kilometers. The second component of the network is the unmanned ground stations. These are places that the vehicles fly in and out of to swap batteries and loads autonomously. And the third is the operating system that manages the whole network, that distributes the vehicles through the system, does the routing, makes sure that they avoid adverse weather conditions and other risk factors, and optimizes generally the flow of goods and vehicles through the network. I think that we see two uses that we believe we can, contribute a lot towards resolving the transportation problems there. The first is developing world applications, places that haven't developed road infrastructure yet. It takes billions of dollars for them to develop and maintain road infrastructure. We believe that we can solve transportation problems there and have a lot of positive impact towards reducing the effect of HIV/AIDS, distributing diagnostics, medicine, vaccines, and so forth. The other case that we're very interested in trying to figure out how we can actually apply this technology there is megacities. Cities of more than 10 million people, typically, in the developing world. These places, I think, we haven't figured out a way to scale infrastructure there quickly enough. So they all suffer from congestion, and there's a huge waste of energy, a huge waste of productive hours. We believe we should add a layer of transportation that sits between the internet and the road via a system like this. And it's green by definition. It's infinitely scalable. So we believe there's a lot of value there. We are exploring all options right now. We're set up as a for-profit corporation in Silicon Valley, a technology startup. So far, our funding has come from private investors. We're looking to find the right model of growth there. If we find it, we will be very attractive to the venture capital community there. Beyond that, we're talking with development banks in different places in the world, including Latin America, to see if we can get funding for early-stage pilots there. And the use case that we're pursuing right now is transportation of diagnostics from regional clinics where they're being collected to hospital labs where they're being analyzed. If we manage to resolve this challenge, we believe we will bring those communities an unfair advantage towards battling HIV/AIDS, tuberculosis, malaria, and other epidemics in those countries. It's the first time I'm coming to the forum. I was honored to be invited here to speak at a panel. So far it's been a very interesting and stimulating experience because it first of all gives me an insight of what is the agenda that is being discussed here, what are the issues that the people at the ministerial level and also the industry partners are trying to solve, and it helps us understand a little bit better how we fit into that ecosystem. Beyond that, I'm looking forward to see what will come out and if there are any interesting discussions that emerge out of this. I think for me the key is openness to new ideas and new technology. Somehow I feel that the transportation industry hasn't quite caught up to the digital age. We think that obviously, with what we're doing, that it makes a lot of sense to do that. These are very, very, very powerful solutions that can totally transform the economics around transportation. If you imagine what we're trying to do is that we're basically trying to set a robotic, transportation system, in the real world, and the economics behind it are quite compelling. So I would urge the people at all levels here to be open to those types of ideas because they can really help our economies grow.